guys. Ooh, suddenly went really chilly. It's been lovely all day. I've had the doors and windows open all day, and suddenly the sun's gone around that side of the house. I've been freezing. Hello, Mr. Boo. You come to say hello? Hi there. Hi, Boo Boo. Hello, Miss Maddie. Hello there. Hi, puppies. Hi there. Hello, my love. Oh. Hi, guys. I changed the time today because I overran with my Twitch this morning because I was finishing my painting, and I just needed a little bit more time to take the dogs out, have some lunch, chill out for a minute, you know. So I'll probably do Wednesdays at 5. I don't want to do Fridays at 5 unless I have to. Like if I overrun, I'll move it to 5 because I like Friday evenings off. But Wednesdays I work in the evenings anyway, so it makes no difference. So I might move it to 5 on Wednesdays. Here she is. She's all done. Whoops. Oh, everything's backwards. What's going on? So that's my Imolk painting. Let me do it this way. It's easier. There we go. Obviously, I'm under studio lights, so you can't really see her colours. I've posted a picture of her on Instagram, which is much closer to her colours because it was taken in daylight. But she's finished, she's signed. I need to varnish her, which I have to do. I'm hoping I'll get to do that tomorrow because it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, and I need to varnish her outside because I use spray varnish because it dries faster. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with her. So that's Rise of Aurora. If you want to see the full start to finish of her, it's on my website. There's the... Why is everything backwards? There's the website there. Just sign up for free membership and you can watch the whole thing right the way through from beginning to end. I've just got to upload today's. So I've just got to let her cure for 24 hours or so and then I can varnish her and she'll be up in my shop for sale. It's going to be hard to let go of her. I've got quite attached to her, but she's beautiful. With all her polar fur. There was a moment there it looked like chicken feathers, but it's polar fur. And her son. I really enjoyed, I enjoyed all of this painting, but I think the bit I enjoyed most was this sky. I loved painting this sky. I mean, I enjoyed her hair and her coat and everything. It's all been really good fun. But, oh, doing this stormy sky was just, oh, loved it. So yeah, that's Aurora. She is an Imolk painting, so she's representative of Brigid, bringing the warmth and sun back to the cold, dark, grey, stormy sky of winter. I'm happy with her. So that's that. She's done. Whoops. Stay there, honey. Let me see if I can swing you. Oh, you're upside down. I can't swing you that way. Hang on. I'll have to do it this one. I forgot about that. There we go. There's Wolfie. That's where he's up to. I'm just taking a photo of him in daylight as well. So I'll be able to post that later. He's nowhere near finished. Absolutely nowhere near finished. I got a long way to go on him. I worked on the moon. Basically this top area here. Whoops. This top area here. this, bringing it across here and then bringing it down this side. And then I went in and I put in all the swirls and stuff for where that's just oil pastel. I've just sketched in where I think I want them. But yeah, Wolfie finished. No, he will not be for sale. He's mine. I'm doing him as part of a class, and eventually he will be... Oh, he'll probably be sat about there, actually. Because I like him. I think he's cool. I like having him sitting over my shoulder there. Schminka! Hey, Schminka! Schminka, who's a good girl? Where's the Schminka? Where's the Schminka, good girl? Oh, and Maddie's here too. Maddie's a good girl as well. Hi, baby. Hi, baby girl. Hi there. Billy rubs for Maddie. Oil. No, it's acrylic. Well, it's mixed media, actually. But it's mostly acrylic. Wolfie will be proper mixed media. Sorry, I've got to adjust my camera. I moved it for Twitch this morning and now it's not sitting where I need it to be. Schminka! Hi, Schminka! Hi! Schminka is Amber's little chihuahua. She's the cutest little thing ever. She's just a puppy. How old is she now, Amber? 8 weeks? 12 weeks? Oh no, she was 12 weeks when you got her, wasn't she? So she's a bit older now. I do paint in oils, but like this one is oil. But I get really frustrated with it because got it upside down. It blends beautifully and everything, and you know the colours are gorgeous, but it takes so damn long to dry. I mean, this is still damp from before Christmas, and I don't have that kind of time. I mean, it's okay, I don't mind, but you know, with this one especially, I wish I hadn't bothered putting oil on it. I wish I'd left it in acrylic so that I can work more layers into it, because I can't do anything with it now except add more oil. So I'm hoping to, like on the drier sections, you can see where it's not dry yet, and that's like before Christmas, so 6 to 8 weeks. I think middle of December was the last time I worked on this. So yeah, 6 to 8 weeks, and it's still not dry. I just don't have that kind of patience. I like working in oils, but... And it's not even like it's, oh, because it's humid or whatever. I've got the heating on. And it's been sat there in the corner where the radiator is. So it should have dried out by now, and it hasn't. Nowhere near. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, I'm much more of a mixed media girl than I am oils. I think what I will do is... when I do mixed media pieces, if I feel that there's a section that needs oil on it, I will do that at the very last, and then I can leave it to cure for however long before I can varnish it or whatever. But mostly, she's £4! £4! That's so cute. 4 months. Oh, and she's so gorgeous. She really is. So anyway, today, last week, you'll remember I started MacGyvering or rogueivering my one gorgeous book into several gorgeous books. This is the first cover that I made. As you can see, this is nice and dry now and everything, and it's looking pretty spectacular. I'm very happy with it. Maddie, what are you crying for, sweet pea? So, yeah, there's that one. Looks amazing with my... well, obviously this whole thing is not going to go in here. I've got 2 of these signatures. to go in it, but that's kind of what it'll look like when it's finished, when it's bound. I've got 2 signatures to go in here already for January, February. The next one I'm doing is this one in blue, and I pulled out the colours for it the other day. So this is the other half of the book. I may or may not use this for my March, April. Haven't decided. But I've got this for the inside cover. I've got this beautiful piece for the external cover. And I got, because I didn't have any blue that would go with this, I got some navy blue. Because navy blue goes with everything. And it's not quite right. I think royal blue would have been better, but I'd rather have navy blue that will go with everything than royal blue that might not quite match, and then it would look weird, and I don't want that. I'd rather have the navy blue. And it's only going to be on the spine. You're only going to see it above and below there anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's today's project, is to put this together. Should be quite a bit faster than last week because everything's done already. All I've got to do is cut the fabric and stick it together. I don't have to do all the cutting of the book and everything. So that's not going to be wide enough that way, so I'll have to do it this way. It's annoying when that happens. So that was a good width to do the binding. So what I'm going to do is put that there and use that as the measurement for the binding. Actually, I have a better idea. I bought a mat for this very purpose. So how about I use my mat? I've got a self-healing cutting mat. I do have one already, but my self-healing cutting mat has seen better days. It's gone all wobbly because it's been used for a heat gun far too many times. So I'm going to clean it off and try to flatten it out and see if I can turn it into just a useful board. Right. Okay, so that's going to be about a third. So 1, 2, 3, and then a third. So 1 and a third, then 1, 2, 3 and a third, and line it up at the bottom. So it's going to be about there. It's going to be roughly where we need it. Let's use this side, it's slightly less crumpled. And now I'm left with that one piece, which probably I could have used on the back and not had to get navy blue fabric for it. That's fairly predictable, isn't it? I think we expected that to happen. Okay. I don't have a closure or anything on this one because I haven't decided what I want to do with a closure, but I'm thinking for this one some kind of a I've got plans to go thrifting at some point, and I want to see if I can get like a child's black belt or a purple belt or something like that I can make a buckle closure. I think that would be kind of cool. If not, I will rethink, but that's kind of where I'm looking at the moment. I might even have a patent leather buckle belt actually somewhere. I will have a look. Okay. So let's do it according to this corner because this side is straight. This side is straight. that's about there. I want this about... Where's my scissors gone? There they are. I want this about there. Ooh, got the shakes. Where did that come from? That's probably going to fold on that there. So if I put that across there like that, add a little bit. It's not really worth taking that edge off, but I'm going to, just to straighten it up. There we go. So I'm basically going to do the same as I did with the other one. I've eaten, yeah, I've just had lunch. I quite often get the shakes for no apparent reason, it's just me. I get dropsy as well. It's a thing. These edges off because they get in the way and bug me. Don't like having to trim stuff. This is batik fabric. My friend makes this. And she gave me a load of it because she had a load of fat quarters left. She was moving house and she said, I don't have time to deal with selling all this. Do you want it? So I gave her some money for the whole lot. She gave me a stack of it like this. It was fantastic. It's all different colours. Really nice stuff. But I can use it for book coverings, you see. So useful. I'm going to start like I did with the other one. Just start on the straightest edge, which is this edge, which is already folded in. And glue. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be my March-April cover. I think it probably is. The thing I'm enjoying about doing these monthly inserts, like these monthly junk journal type inserts, is that I'm really enjoying the fact that I can have a completely different theme. I don't like having lots of different themes in books, but I do like using different themes. And so far I've done a blue monochrome theme, and I've done a warm coloured theme for February. It's been kind of browns and oranges and yellows and the occasional rose, obviously, because it's February. Roses are quite appropriate for February, so I've been using a lot of just red roses, which I like. So it's been quite nice to have something completely different. And then I've been itching to do something kind of Victorian. And then in class we're doing vintage stuff. And of course, when people say vintage junk journals, they immediately start talking about shabby chic and French chic and pink and green and oh, it's all going to be flowers and vintage lace, and that's so not me. So my vintage is going to be, I'm torn at the moment between steampunk, Victorian steampunk, which I love, and I like drawing steampunk, and I want to do some more sketching next month, so that would work really well for me. But also, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll use this to measure the width of this, because this is the right size, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, I want to do Victorian steampunk, but I also want to do kind of a Penny Dreadful theme. Both the horror classics and also the kind of, what's her name? Eva Green? You know, the TV series Penny Dreadful. So I wanted to do green for March, and the Penny Dreadful one with like kind of like Victorian, dark Victorian. What's her name? Is it Eva Green? The girl from Penny Dreadful. I want to use lots of dark velvety colours and black and lots of black lace and, you know, the kind of thing that she would have. With lots of, you know, creepy Victorian images in it and stuff like that. It is Eva Green. Okay, thank you. I knew Amber would know. And I kind of think that dark, like a really dark velvety plush green is kind of her colour. That's what I think of when I think of her in that role, is like a really dark red and green colours, jewel tones, and lots of black lace, which is what I want. And I kind of wanted to do green for March, but because we're doing coffee dyed papers and stuff, I actually think white paper would look better for her, with just a little bit of edging, rather than full-on coffee dyed. So the full-on coffee dyed is going to go better with the steampunk, which of course is going to be predominantly brown. And I kind of want to do brown and blue, because I love blue and bronze together. Because, hello, Ravenclaw. I just like that combination, brown and blue together. The only colour I can think of that goes with brown is blue. That's the way my brain works. I don't care what other colours you've got. Brown, metallics, bronze, goes with blue. So, greens were huge in Victorian. Yeah, and it's all poisonous. Yeah, exactly. The green wallpaper had lead in it. The green poison bottles. All of it. It's all... Everything that was made green, basically had lead in it. Or copper, or heavy metals. So in fact, they've said some of the wallpapers, they've got, I can't remember which museum it is, but a museum has got a full set of Victorian wallpaper samples, and they haven't been able to do any conservation on it because it's got arsenic in it. The toxic levels of arsenic are through the roof. So they can't even have it, it's in a glass chamber and they can't even touch it to... yeah, arsenic, yeah. Especially all the flocked wallpaper. And the, you know, like the dark wallpapers with the metallics on it. It's all highly toxic. So, yeah, fun times. Okay, which is the straightest edge on this? I think this edge is the straightest one. So we're going to go up to that section there. Okay. Because this is a long edge, I'm going to make it a little bit easier putting my ruler on it so I can get it sort of straight. Hidden Killers of the Victorian Home. I've seen that documentary. I haven't watched it, but I've seen it advertised. I saw it on YouTube actually, and I think I saved it somewhere and I never got around to watching it. But yeah, there was all sorts of stuff. And frankly, if you made it to 40 in Victorian times, you were doing well. Even if you were rich, you were doing well. I love that kind of stuff. But I really want to watch Penny Dreadful again. That's the main reason I want to do it. So I can spend a month watching Penny Dreadful while I journal. But I also want to do... I kind of want to do... oh, there's a whole series, is there? Cool. I think the Victorians were definitely the worst in terms of, you know, well, we got rid of cholera and the plague, but now we're going to put arsenic and lead in your piping and your wallpaper, so you can't actually live for as long as you would like. And of course, eventually, I suppose one day they'll be doing programmes on us in our second Elizabethan age, with all our toxic microwaves and stuff like that. Killer plastics and things. Yeah, everything was science, wasn't it? But it wasn't really science, it was pseudoscience. It was the only science was what they could guess at, basically. And what the Renaissance had found. After that, it was pretty much guesswork. But yeah, I love steampunk. I love steampunk anything. I'm absolutely into Gothic literature. Well, I love the Victorian age. I'm very into... There's a girl on Instagram actually who I don't know if she... I don't think she dresses up for work or anything like that. But certainly her and her husband, their entire house is done out in Victorian style, and she wears Victorian dresses at home and stuff like that. She's got some gorgeous pictures. It's just what they enjoy, you know. Some people like minimalism. Should have mitered that corner, shouldn't I? I'll do it now. That's what I get for talking. The thing is, the thing that amazes me about science, about the Victorian science is, they were so close. Did you mind the edges of the spine? Did I mind them? Is that a mistype? Did you mean something else? Yeah, the Victorians, they were so close and yet so far, you know. Can I mend the edges of the spine? Isn't anything to need mending? Mend? There's nothing to mend? Confused. Oh, it's not hard to confuse me, Chloe. Oh, sicko bubba. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, if you look at something like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I mean, that's a classic horror. crazy doctor thinks he can reanimate the dead with electricity. And now we've got, like, our park has a little box that you can punch in a code, and only the local residents have been given the code. And you can punch in the code, and you can get the defibrillator to shock somebody if their heart stops. Isn't that bringing the dead back to life? We can do it ourselves now. You know? They were so close. So I find all that fascinating. And they were, at the same time, both so amazingly adventurous, going off all over the world, doing all sorts of things. There was nothing they were unwilling to try, as long as it didn't involve sex. The minute anything sex came up, they're like, no, we don't do that. Terribly prim and proper, awfully serious, you know. So yeah, I think a couple of my junk journals, I really want to make a couple of junk journals that are along those lines. But I don't want to make too many in advance, because if I make them in advance, I might not use them. Dracula. Dracula's awesome. I like a lot of Victorian novels, but I'm very into Gothic literature, so I absolutely adore the Brontes. Wuthering Heights. That's an amazing book. Okay, I can't quite see what I'm doing. Okay, I think about there. I don't want to make it too small, but at the same time, it also needs to be square. So if I do it about there, so that's going to be a little bit uneven on this edge, but it doesn't matter. They've got a series on Amazon Prime at the moment that's all about tales of horror, and it follows the I've watched the one on vampires, and I've watched the one on zombies. There's one on werewolves. There's one on demons and seances and stuff, and nearly all of it is. Okay, so around the world there was all these tales of folk tales of, oh, you don't want to do this because that'll happen, and you don't want to do this because that'll happen, and then the Victorians got hold of it. Because of course there was the whole spiritualist movement and stuff, so, and Gothic literature got hold of the vampire and changed him from this Gorgon-like beast into Dracula. And he wasn't even the first. It was Polidori, Byron's physician friend. Came first before Dracula, and his vampire was a dandy. It was basically Byron with teeth, you know. And all that sexual repression, yeah. How can we get sex into these novels without actually calling it sex? For all these poor corseted women. Oh. Jane Eyre, I mean, Jane Eyre's a bit racy for the time as well, isn't it? All that running around breathless on the moors and almost getting married to somebody who was already married. Madness, mayhem, fire and brimstone ensues. And Wuthering Heights, that was racy. It was very racy. Carrying on with an exotic person who may or may not have been of foreign descent. Or worse, Irish. You know. Then, of course, you've got the crazy tension between what the world expects of you and how you must seem to be at all times, and your real animal instinct sexual desires, which, you know, if that's not Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I don't know what is. Yeah, I love a bit of Victorian me. Check out the Insta for the next book I'm reading. It's meant to be for the reader who enjoyed the binder. Oh, I don't read stuff that says, if you enjoyed reading this, then you're going to enjoy reading that. Because what happens is you get crap happening. 9 times out of 10. I never, ever go for those kind of things. I literally just decide what I want to read and go for it. I don't read something because it's like another book that I really enjoyed. Partly because it's either not at all like the book I really enjoyed, or only vaguely, or it's an exact copy of the book that I really enjoyed, but nowhere near as good. You know, if you liked Gone Girl, you'll enjoy. No. If you love Stephen King, then keep reading Stephen King. Maybe try Joe Hill. Apple didn't fall far from that tree. It's a De Quiros writer. Wrote a novel with a priest having sex. Okay. Oh, it has a good cover. Oh, well, a good cover. That's a whole different ballgame. What's the matter, my darling? Does Miss Maddie want attention? Does she need a belly rub? Come on up, my love. Come here. Come up, my sweet. No? You want to belly rub down there? It's an emergency, is it? It's an emergency. Oh, she needs to burp. Okay. Thanks for that. Oof. Okay. Shh! Come on now. Don't be silly. You're being a doofus. No, but you're being a doofus. Don't be a doofus, my love. No, that's the wrong way round. Yeah, that's totally the wrong way round. Hang on. That's the wrong way round. There we go. Okay. Like that. Well, it's a teensy bit big for the inside of the cover, but it really doesn't matter. The beauty of handmade books is it really doesn't... I don't care. If they're a tiny bit off, I think that just makes them look more handmade. Personally. Oh, is that right, Boo? Is that what you think? That's Scooby-Doo's thoughts on the matter. Okay, let's get this here. This is useful actually. This mat's got markings on it that you can line it up. That's pretty cool actually. Okay, let's push that out a little bit. That bit's okay. Tiny bit more. There. Okay. It's hard work, those squeezy bottles, I tell you. Hi, Boo Boo. Scooby Dooby 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 Doo. Scooby Doo. Scooby Dooby Doo. Hi. How you doing? Is that right? You want Maddie to play? I don't think Maddie wants to play. Maddie's curled up at my feet now. You thought because she got up she wanted to play? You should know by now when Maddie gets up it's only because she needs to find a warmer or more comfortable spot to sit in. She's a bit like me actually. The only time I move is when I'm hungry or I want somewhere warmer to sit. You take after your mama. Okay. Pop that back on there. Oops. Is that right, Boo Boo? Oh, okay. Hang on a second then. Guess what he wants? 1 second, I need to go in. Yes, I know, Boo Boo. I'm coming. Just give me 1 second. I got to do this while it's wet. Okay? Just give me like 1 second, okay? Flipping heck. I'll be right back. Guess what he needs? Okay, I'm coming. Come on. Let's go potty. Come on then. Maddie, do you want to go potty? Come on, sweetie. Come on. Maddie, do you want to pee, sweetie? Good girl. Watch your face, it's making a noise. I know. Okay, we're back. The fabric fusion, but the bottle is too hard to squeeze. Need an easier applicator. That one's not too bad, I just don't have very strong hands. Okay, so that one's going to go on there, like so. Sticking down first. A lot of people swear by Fab-Attack, but because they say, oh, it grips really well, but it's like 5 times more expensive. I'd rather use twice as much of that and not pay as much, you know? Plus it has that whole volcanoing out of the top thing that it has going on. Can't be doing with that. You're in the Fur Babies chat, yeah. Scooby-Doo likes to talk. He talks to people on the phone, it's hilarious. Just had an idea how to fix my conundrum. If I do the stuff for class for steampunk in the vintage, can't use my journal while I'm trying to show people how to make the journal, can I? So, in theory, oh, that's come unstuck now. In theory, I could make my journal, do my Penny Dreadful Victorian Gothic in green for March, which keeps my green, and then I can use the steampunk one that we make for April. Not that everybody's making steampunk, it's just, you know, everybody wanted to know how to do vintage, coffee dyed, oldie worldy looking junk journal-y type stuff, and everything I've ever been able to find on it is all twee shabby chic stuff, which is absolutely not me. But I'm sure some of my students will enjoy it. But steampunk is more my kind of thing, so yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? It's a touch too long on that edge, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Put something along the top edge of this one because that's a bit of an issue. I'm gonna mitre the corners on this because this is a rounded edge. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I want to do dark Victorian, but I don't think personally that coffee dyed papers really goes with dark Victorian. I think white papers with antiqued edges goes with dark Victorian. Especially if you're doing dark Gothic literature, because the kind of people who, you know, writers and poets and stuff, they would have used high quality paper if they could get hold of it. So it wouldn't have gone all brown and shabby quite so well, and it would have been looked after. So I think white with darkening around the edges is more dark Victorian, whereas the coffee dyed paper will go great with the steampunk. But I think that might be the answer, is to do, I'll do dark Victorian, which is what I want to do, but the book that I show you guys how to make in class will be the steampunk one, because then I don't have to rush to finish it, do I? And I'm not trying to record absolutely everything I do so that you can see what I do and stuff like that. Yeah, that's really off at the top. I'm gonna have to trim this. This is really quite a substantial amount off on this corner. I don't mind it being a little bit off, but that's a bit crazy. So just do what I did before with it, and I might end up putting a binding around the outside of the edge on this one. Because the top is the raw edge on this one. The other one has the bottom edge is the raw edge. Could have done with my big scissors again, couldn't I? Oh, I've got them. could even do this one as the steampunk one. You suck, Rachel. You knew it was going to be 5 o'clock and you turn up at 6. Honestly. Hey, Rach. We're making book 2. This one is blue. Okay, so that's the inside. Now what I have to do is make this bit. And I'm just thinking, now, I got the blue material, I got the navy blue. I can always use navy blue, I love blue. So navy blue is, you know, I didn't have any navy blue, so now I do. So even if I don't use this, it doesn't matter. But I was thinking that plus... Where's my little bit gone? There he is. That. That's what I was originally thinking. And now I'm thinking, it's kind of plain. So, do I instead want to do that? Or is that almost kind of too much? Oh, decisions, decisions. Another alternative is to do the navy blue, but do some gold stitching on it. Navy blue with a strip of tie-dye and then the circle. Oh, okay, let's try that. So, navy blue, strip of tie-dye. Let's use this little thin bit. And then the circle. It's not bad. It's not bad. What about doing it that way? I'll have to use 2 different widths, but I kind of like that. Navy strip with gold ribbon. No, I don't want gold ribbon. I don't mind the gold on the spine, but I don't really want gold ribbon here because it doesn't go with this. Unless I find my metallic rub-ons, in which case I can change this to kind of a brassy colour and then it will work. I don't mind that little bit of gold, but I don't want it over the top gold. Oh, on the spine. Oh, now, hang on. Stay there, Miss Maddie. I'm coming back. I'm not going anywhere. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I may have a solution. I actually possibly may have 2 solutions, one of which I prefer. Mind your toes, baby girl. Okay, so I've got this stuff again. Which I think that could look okay if it was like going across rather. I don't want it on this edge. What I want to do is do it like this one, where I put black, because I think this looks really good. And I don't mind the gold and the ornate because it's separated by this strip if that makes sense. Do I have something silver for the spine? I don't, unfortunately. If this was in silver, I wouldn't have a problem. Or if I still had the bigger piece of this, but I used most of this piece. I had a huge piece of this and I used most of it for January. But I'm thinking if I did that, and then so I don't have to unravel that bit. Actually, I could just cut that bit off. Let's just cut that bit off. There. So I did that, and then that. That's not too much gold, but it just adds that little something something that I feel like it might need without being garish. I don't have any gold ribbon. The nearest I've got to gold ribbon is yellow. And ooh, no, that's not happening. It's a shame I don't have a yellow, but I've got this. Ooh. Yeah. Now that's got gold on it and it's brown. Ooh. Does that look better? I could potentially put 1, 2, 3, 4 of that one. What if I put it in between there, like that, and then put another one down here, because that's metallic ribbon and it's also got gold on it. That I like. It's a bit less in your face. And that's the black for the front and back, which I've just about got enough of. Although I'm thinking maybe I have some brown. If I have some brown, I've got some red, that's not going to match. If I've got some brown in that, that would work on the front as well. Let's see. Grey, I've got green. I've got charcoal, I've got navy blue. Oh, I've got navy blue. Oh, it's too much navy blue. I've got pink. Dusty pink. It's a nice pink actually. It's not baby pink, it's like dusty pink. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like bright pink that's been left out in the sun for too long. What else do I have? I've sold much of this gold braid, honestly. Somebody was making a drum majorette's outfit. What about... Okay, so that's a possibility. That's a possibility. Another possibility is the blue, which I would probably pair with the navy blue so that there wasn't so much contrast between the colours. The black and the navy blue to the black to the bright blue goes a bit better than that. And then I could put that over the top. That's only one-sided. Oh, I really wanted it double-sided. I thought that was a double-sided lace. Hang on. What about wrapping it in the middle? Like that. And then I wouldn't need the edging because the lace would go out onto the black and then the gold in the middle. I like that too. what about... Sort of. Put those there. I think I want that embellished bit on the back. It'll look cute on the back, whereas on the front it's fighting with the corners. You know what I think the real problem is I don't like that in the middle. What if the mandala was cut out? No, because I like the blue. There's no point cutting out a golden cream mandala when it's the blue at the back that I like. No, I know what the problem is. The problem is that I don't like that in the middle. I don't want that. I don't think I like that on its own. I'm kind of liking the stripe idea, but I think the main thing needs to be the navy blue. And I think this needs to be near the top, not at the bottom. I think that's part of the issue. And then I think I could put one piece of that across there, like that. And I can stitch this across. I've got some gold stitch, some gold embroidery thread. I could do a single line of stitching just to kind of edge that. And then again, that would go on to finish the edge. I kind of wish I'd bought a brighter blue for this, but I'd rather have it be dark blue than not have it quite match the colour. Nope. No, doesn't show up. I think that. Yep, I like it. That's what's going to happen. Ah! Okay, so didn't I already cut a bit of this? Where did it go? Did I? Or didn't I? I did. There we go. See, if I'd had a tiny little bit of gold rickrack, like this, that would have been perfect. 2 lines of that across there, in gold, that would have looked really good. try a double line of braid. I don't think I want a double line of braid. If I'm going to do a double braid, it's going to be either side of this. There's 3! There's 3! You're playing. What if I did the 3 like I did on that one? 1 at the top, 1 in the middle, 1 at the bottom, and this in here. Yes! There we go. Now she's got it. Okay, I need to make sure I've cut this the right width. So I need that out. I don't need bright pink. So this bit here looks like the most sensible piece to cut. I don't want the selve edge though, let's use this side. Okay, let's do it about there. Come on. 3 rows like a captain's sleeve. Steampunk pirate captain, maybe. Okay, that's quite a big chunky piece. That can go in my big drawer. Actually, that self edge is quite cute. Oh, it's going to be covered with the. It's going to be covered with the gold, but it's still kind of cute. It's got a little tufty bit. Maybe I should put that at the top. No, it's the bottom. No, let's not play with it. Let's just. I'm not worried about the top because I think I'm going to have to put some binding across there anyway. So let's get this straight. First, where's my scissors going again now? There's a big chunk missing there, so let's... Oh. Oh, my hands have no strength today. There we go. Can go in my scraps box. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Let's sort out this edge. This edge. Heaven's sakes. Why? Okay, fine. I'll cut you then. Either way, you're getting that corner chopped off. Right. One. Let's use this to line it up. That is actually wide enough. Put that in the centre there. That bit at the bottom there. That bit at the top there. This bit can actually, okay, that's not wide enough. Not wide enough. Okay, so let's put it that way. Slightly wider that way. And halfway. And at the top. That covers that. And at the bottom. That covers that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I think what I'm going to do is put all this together and then stick it on as one piece, because it's just going to be too much faffing. So let's stick this piece onto here first. To make the front even. I don't know why I can't get this side to fray, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to cover it anyway. Okay, so that's the front. Oops. That's going on there. Almost exactly the right size. In fact, it is exactly the right size. I couldn't have measured that any better. Okay, I guess that's going on there then. So, got coffee on it the other day. Not my coffee, it was where I was dyeing the papers. again, I do that with the glue, not to like flatten it out or make it stick all over. I just want to get rid of the globules of glue. When you when I put when I put the fabric down, I don't want big sticky up bits where there's a glob of glue underneath. I want the glue layer to be reasonably flat. Like that. See, now the fabric lies flat, you see. There's no lumpy, bumpy bits in the middle of the... Once the glue dries, all these bits will stop fraying off because they'll get as far as the glue and then they'll stop. But I like the frayed bits, so I don't have a problem with the frayed bits, I'm just leaving them. Okay, so now there's that, that's done. Now this one, rather than on that one, I put it on there and then I pushed it down in. This one, I think what I want to do is leave it loose and just have it attached on the front and back. So I'm going to do this one slightly different. Let's put the braids on. This one across. There's plenty of glue in it, it's just that it's more than a quarter empty, so now it takes a little bit longer to get it down to the front. Okay, there's that one. I'm not a massive fan of gold, but I don't mind it if it's not over the top and a bit and decorative purposes. I don't wear gold. I'm not a big fan of gold at all, and I like this kind of almost brassy gold. I am not a rose gold fan. I hate rose gold. Rose gold mixes the two things I detest colour-wise. Pink and gold. Absolutely not a rose gold fan. Which is weird because I like metallics. I love metallics. Metallic blue, yes please. Okay, that's got a nice loop on that end, so let's put that one on the front. I think it's very slightly wider at the bottom than it is at the top, but meh. Do I look as if I care? But you follow Courtney, Queen of the Pink. Well, yeah, because you know we have that. We've got that kind of goth hippie thing going on. You know, where you see the two birds and one's really colourful and one's a blackbird. And they're like goth hippie. I like what Courtney does. I just prefer it in black and white. That one has got a nice bit there as well, so let's put that bit there. Boom. That needs a bit more, bit of glue on that bit, or it's going to come apart. Okay, this needs a bit of glue on this side as well. See the braid, so it's looped, it comes apart a little bit. Just pop a little bit of glue in between the bits. The glue is white, but once it dries it will go clear. Could use a little bit in there as well. I like that, that's nice. It's ornate without being over the top. Okay, now this one, rather than gluing it down and trying to stick it down into this gully, because of that braid it's not going to happen. So with this one I'm going to, well, first of all I'm going to colour that edge. And since I'm incredibly lazy and I don't see the point in making a job more difficult than it needs to be, I'm going to do it with a bit of Sharpie, because all I'm doing is colouring in that bit of cardboard. Actually, the other end I think is a block end, that might be easier. Yes it is. Fabulous. Okay. Much easier. I'm trying to avoid getting it on the cloth, but you're not really going to see that, so it doesn't really matter that much. It's more important that, oops, it's more important that that cardboard is covered. Because although it's going to be covered over by the spine, it will peek through in places, especially at the top and bottom. So, you know, just finish it properly. I will feel better about it, and that's what's important. I mean, I could just do the top and bottom, but if you're going to do the top and bottom, you might as well do it all the way down and just make it match, right? There we go. Okay, that'll do. Since I've got my Sharpie in my hand, I might as well do the top while I figure out what I'm going to do to disguise whatever the heck is going on up here. Actually, if I put black on that edge... Oh, do you know, I never ever hear Paul upstairs. I don't hear from him. The most I hear is that like the floor under his bed squeaks a little bit, so I hear him get up in the morning if I'm awake. But his brother, my God, he doesn't even know how to breathe quietly. All that banging around up there, that's his brother come home. Paul is the quietest person I've ever met. He doesn't even make noise when he walks past you. But his brother is like a herd of elephants coming past. I'm just trying to get some colour down in this bit here, because I think I can do that. Because I didn't cut this top bit off here, and I've got some spare fabric here, I think I can get away with it not actually being edged. If I can put the colour down there. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you can see, but I'm pretty sure if I ran a bit of glue down there and pushed it down, those two would come together, and then it looks like, in fact I'm going to do that. And because I've put the black in there, you won't see where there's a gap. So it'll look like it's supposed to be like that. Bit of glue on it once it tacks into place. Maybe just trim that bit off. There's a bit of a bump, make it a bit thinner. I can't see what I'm doing. I need new glasses. Now I've trimmed that off and that's in place. If I put this across here, seal that edge down. Trying to keep the glue mostly on the fabric side, not on the front edge. Sorry, I keep going off camera, don't I? This will come off. There we go. That should work. No, I don't need to do anything to that top edge. It'll look alright. It's not completely stuck yet, but on the back I don't really need to do anything to. I can just cover it with black, like we did with the spine. And that'll look okay anyway. Between that light and the glare and the fact that I need new glasses because these are so badly scratched now, I really can't see what I'm doing. Nice to get back to some sunlight so I don't have to have my big light on all the time. I get to the point where I can't see under artificial light. Yeah, looks alright. You'd never even know. Now, whoops, that's not that one. Where's that one gone? Oh, there it is. What am I going to do about that top corner? Because that top corner is not rounded like the bottom. But is anybody ever going to notice? Because I can't even... I'm not noticing it. I don't think it's that noticeable. Does you? Do you think it's that noticeable that the top is square and the bottom is rounded? I don't, actually. I think it'd be more noticeable if I tried to round it, because it'd be... the edge would be raw, whereas at the moment it's covered nicely. You didn't notice till I pointed it out. Yeah, I don't think it stands out that badly. I don't think it's something anybody would notice. And it doesn't matter anyway, it's my journal. But I don't think it looks that bad. I think if this was more rounded, like a moleskin, it might look a bit weird. But because of these, your eye's drawn to these, not to the corners. So I think it's going to be okay. So the next thing to do is... let's see, where's the centre of this? Line those two boards up. There we go, like that. Line that up with the middle of that fabric, and I'm just gluing it on the front, not attempting to glue it on. No, I need a bit more of a guide than that. As soon as I lift it up, it's not gonna be in the right place, is it? Okay, hang on. Let's make sure we're in the middle. That's in the middle. Let's line that up with that. It's slightly off, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to fix it with the ribbon. You won't see that it's off. Let's do it there. Okay. So on the other one I stuck it all the way across. On this one I'm just sticking it front and back. Getting it right up to the edge on the spine, because that's where the most tension is going to be, is here on this spine between the front and back cover. So get plenty of glue down. To stretch it downwards very slightly. There we go. You can't tell unless you're looking specifically for it, can you? Yeah. Oh, it's a good job the glue's... I've never had the glue come through fabric before. Gosh. Oh well. It's not going to show. The glue dries clear. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I do kind of wish I'd stretched it out now so it didn't, so it was all over instead of being in that kind of crazy pattern, but never mind. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Now I'm going to keep it folded so that it goes up and round. Like that. That's where it's going to fit on this side. Let me just double check that. About right. Always better to double check. Measure twice, cut once. If your math sucks, measure 3 times. Okay, so that should bend up round there like that now. Where did you get the corner edges? No, it's a Killstar book. If you watch the previous video, Jess, you'll see what it looked like when I first started, and I've basically, it started off. Let me show you when I've finished sticking this down. It started off as an A5 book and I've cut it down. An A4 book, sorry. And I've cut it down. And made 2 books so far, and I've still got the book block to use. This is what I should have done on the other side, and then I wouldn't have had that weird pattern, but never mind. Now I don't want to wrap this tightly, I just want to bend it around to meet that line that I put there. Again, we've got to stretch it a little bit on this side to get it to stick properly. Stuck fabric is very forgiving. Once you've got it in place, you can shimmy it about a little bit to cover all manner of sins. Oops. Okay, so that's what it'll look like. Yeah, no, originally it was a book that looked like that, without the fabric in the middle. It was just a black book, and it had this in the middle. It's a Killstar book. That's why the purple one's got Killstar written on the back of it, because it just looks like a large moleskin, and it had these ornate corners on it. But if you go to Killstar Co, they have them on their website. They're very expensive either. But my sister gave me this for my birthday, you see, so it's nice, but I would never use it as it is, so better to change it about. Now it doesn't, it looks a bit weird at the moment because remember it doesn't have a book block inside it right now. Eventually it'll have two of these journal signatures in it, so it will look something like that, but the journal signatures will be stitched to the inside spine, so they'll be stitched to this bit but not to the outside bit. That way you get a flexible spine. So you can see when you open this, as with a lot of flexible spine books, the inners and the outers are not attached to each other than, see Amber, they're not attached to each other other than by the front and back. Same with this one. This one has a detached spine. It's just done slightly differently. It goes, so the two pieces of fabric on this one are stuck together, but this is the spine that holds the cover. Because I don't stitch like a lot of these junk journal ones, you see people they basically make a three-fold, like a two-ring binder. Okay, so it's a front, a back, and a front, a spine, and a front. And then they literally sew the signatures into the spine. That's not how I make mine, because if you do that, they don't lie flat. And as an artist, my books have to lie flat. Just as a general writer, my books have to lie flat. But that's the beauty of the junk journals, you see. They do open flat. Even when you're right up towards the end of the book, they still open flat. You get a bit of a hump here, obviously, but that's just because you're near the back of the book. So, but this one and my January one are going to go into possibly this one, maybe that one actually, because this one is blue. And this one will matches the January insert because I used this fabric on the January insert. This fabric, if you put your scissors underneath it, you can see actually it is even. It's just pulling funny. I think because I've glued this slightly on the bias, so it's pulling it slightly. That and the fact that one side wasn't entirely straight didn't help. But like I say, once you fold it over and it's around a book block, it doesn't matter. So, now all I have to do is pop this along that edge. And like I did last time, I'm cutting it flush with the top, but very slightly off at the bottom. It's easier to chop it off than it is to add it back on. And what I found last time was even though I added a little bit at the bottom, by the time I'd stuck it down, it was right. So, So stick this bit on first. And because this has ruffles, I can bleh. God, words are really hard today, aren't they? I can stick it right close to these, and then the ruffles will pull up over this braid so it will sit flat. That's what I've done with the other one. So it once it's glued in, it does actually sit flat. Oh, come on. There we go. So I'm guesstimating about there. Guesstimating about here. Pop a bit more of a blob of glue on the end of those braids so they don't come unfrayed. Spread that down a bit. Put a bit of glue on the edges of this. It's to get the ruffle. It's cross bias, so it's a bit like bias binding. So you have to make sure you put something on the edge to stop it fraying, because it's crisscrossed like that. See you, Di. Okay. Whoops. Let's try that again without the oops. Okay, let's pop a bit on this end as well. Oh, I've got some here. Can clean up. Let's do it that way, so that bit of sticky is on that side where we want it, rather than on the edge where I'm going to have to wipe it off. Okay. Pop that down there. Make it approximately straightish. That'll do. Wipe off the glue on the bits where we don't want it. Just that bit there. Make sure the glue where we want it is doing its job. I've got fine scissors, that'll do. So I'm just lifting the ruffles again like I did on the last one, just to make sure that they, when they are glued down, they sit flush with the braid. So that ruffle, I've got the ruffle goes down and then up and then down and then up, and the braid does the same. So I'm just making sure the up and the downs match, like that. Okay. Same here, and that matches as well, so that's useful. Move that one across there. So where the ruffles are coming up and down, they're actually going up and down over the braid, which is quite handy. Oh, this one's not quite lined up, but you can't have it all, eh? Make sure we lift these up so it's up over that frayed edge. Wipe off the glue we don't want. And bottom. Pop some glue on there. Stop that edge fraying. Obviously once it's dry, everything is once it's dry. Until it's dry anything can fray, but once it is dry, I'm only wiping this glue off on the front because I don't want big globs of shiny on the front edge. Okay, same on this side and we're done. Remove any stray bits and dog hairs and other stray bits. That was a big sigh, Miss Maddie. You have such a hard life, don't you, darling? Eh? Such a hard life. It's bloody terrible, Mum. Bloody terrible life I got. Bloody awful. You awful, Mum. Right, sweetie. Oh, Billy rubs her Maddie. With her belly in the air like she just don't care. And she's snoring. Oh, Maddie, you're so cute. A funny little bump in that bit that doesn't want to stay together. I don't know why it doesn't want to stick on this side. Don't have any trouble on this side. Maybe I put a bit more glue on this side. we go. Anything you see here that's white, apart from this bit, obviously, will actually dry clear. Let's spread that around up to that bit there. Cover that bit of fabric, make sure it doesn't fray, and we're done. So there's the other one. So all those white bits you're seeing at the moment, that's all gonna dry clear. So there's the second book. That's the first one. And that's the second. They kind of match, but not really. But sort of, but not really. More sisters than twins, as they say. I like them, I think they're cool. So they'll look like that. And then side by side, when they're full, they'll look like that. Again, they kind of match, but not really. I'm happy with these. So there's two books now, two covers, but they're going to have inserts, which are going to be, let me put that one on top because this one isn't dry yet. Okay. And I have another one which is, this is a complete book cover because again I took the book block out. This is the one I took the book block out of to split it into two books, which I've already used. So this is an A5 cover, and I'm pretty sure I can do something with this as well. Obviously I need to take the spine off, but then I've got a front and a back, and this one's got an envelope in it, so that'll be interesting what we do with the envelope. But I'm thinking I might do this in green. I fancy a green one. I've gone very green all of a sudden. I like green. I like blue. Blue is my favourite colour, but at the moment I like green and black combinations. That's greenish. And I've got some green velvet ribbon. And I've got some green satin ribbon. Kind of thinking something like that, like maybe stitching this together to make it wider, so it's got a bit of satin in the middle and the velvet on either side. See what I'm saying? And then find a dark green to go in the middle inside. I think that would be really nice. So if I almost stitched it onto a piece of fabric, I might even have, actually, you know what I've got, don't you? I've got, no, that's my black. I don't want my black one. That's my black one. I want my other one. Second, because I have okay, this is what we want. Oops. Mind your toes, sweetie. Mind your toes. Good girl. So I've got this green that I could use for the inside, that's dark but not too Christmassy, or I could use another batik, but this is exactly the same as the blue, so I'm not sure about that one. Probably not. I've got this dark green here. I've got this kind of teal colour. It's a bit too, doesn't quite match. It's not green enough. It is more petrol green. This also is more teal than more petrol green. But I do have also more petrol than green. Ooh. See, that's really nice, and it would look gorgeous, but it's not Victorian Gothic, is it? I have this one. Here we go. So there's that one, which has got pink on it, which is kind of, that would be kind of okay. It's alright, but it's not quite there. I think I prefer this one, actually. I don't know if I could get two. No, I couldn't get two spine pieces off that, though. That's the thing. But I might be able to do two panels going sideways on top of something else. So how about something like this? This is grey. And if I did the, like, two panels across. So again, we've got the 1, 2, 3. And then the green velvet. I feel like it needs black lace. I really do feel like it needs black lace. Maybe it needs that wide piece of lace I had earlier over the top of that grey. That would be kind of cool. Or I could do the panel again with the 3 pieces of velvet. Which would also be nice, but these clash. So I don't think I could do that with those 2 particular fabrics. I would have to use something a bit I like that piece, but it doesn't quite go. Like that with the 3 bits of velvet. It's a bit too Christmassy. It's nice, but it's a little bit too Christmassy, I think. Nope. Okay. I think it's the little rosebuds. It makes it feel Christmassy, the red and green together. So I'm thinking, see, this is nice, but this also feels a bit Christmassy. The stars, again, it feels Christmassy. See, these 2, they're not the same colour, but they actually go together because they both feel kind of Christmassy. So I'm thinking maybe that black lace down the middle. I wonder what the lace would look like on top of that. Let's have a look. Of course I put my lace away, didn't I? Because of course I did. Oh, what else have I got? I haven't got anything dark. I've got quite a bit of green, but it's not dark green, and I specifically want dark green. So, what does that look like over that? Ooh, I like that over that green. What if I put it over that on the back? That's nice. Maybe I could do that. No, I prefer the velvet. I don't like the satin. Satin's okay, but I don't want it for this. A corset effect. I could try. Oh, it's been a while since I've had to lace a corset, crikey. And honestly, I never used to lace mine. I used to do it upright at the back, get somebody to help me do it up, and then I forever just undid it at the front, which you're not supposed to do, but... I think this would look really nice on the spine. The trouble is I need to make the spine wider. That spine is not wide enough, unless I just do one insert, and I don't want them to be all different sizes. I want them to be the same size. So, let me think. If I do the inside in that, I've got plenty of offcut to do the back in this as well. So that would be okay. I could do that. Could even, ooh, look at it on the inside. That's pretty. I mean, it's not dark green, but it's got dark green on it. And if you put lace over the top, it would be dark green. It would look green, and you would be able to see the lace as well. That would look darker. And what about if I did that up the middle? Now we're getting somewhere. Now we are getting to a place that I like. That could work. Yeah. I really like that. I'd have to, obviously I'll have to stitch the lace on so that it sits right. And then that would go down either down the middle like that, or I guess I could put the lace over the top, couldn't I? I could put that down the middle first and then stitch the lace on over the top so it goes over the velvet there and over the edge there. That would be nice. I think that would be a bit faffy though. I think that would get caught on stuff, so I think I prefer it lying flat. So I think I would do it so that it lay kind of like that. And then like that. So you would see the, maybe I could even, in fact I could even tack the velvet onto the very edge of this lace so you can see the edge of the lace properly. Do that on both sides. Because all you'd have to do is do it like that, sew it down on the machine and turn it that way. And then you'd be able to see both. Might be slightly easier to do it that way. I don't know, I'll have to play with that, but I like that combination, so I think that will be the third one for that other book. And this will probably be the one I use for my So the blue one I think will be January, February. The green one will be my Victorian extravaganza, which will be partly the green and black and partly the steampunk, which means that the first signature of each book will match the outside cover of the book. And the second one will be a similar theme, but slightly different. I like the edges of the lace sticking out. Yeah, I do too. It'll be slightly different to having that on it. And I've got loads of this lace. I got an absolute ton of this lace. I've also got this one. I've got a load of this one, which is really nice, and it sits flat. Hang on, I've got a piece that I've already opened. Where is it? Okay, that's that one. Yeah, I've got a ton of this stuff, which lies flat as well, which might actually be better for the outside of the book, because it wouldn't keep catching on things. That one's quite delicate. This one's a bit more substantial. Plus it's a little bit stretchy, so if it caught on anything, it wouldn't tear the lace, it would just break. It would just... So this one is a lot denser. That's the wrong side. It's got satin dots on it though. So it's very... It's not a see-through though, and you can't see the green bits. You'd have to have it that way, I think, over the edge. And then I think you'd have to have a gap before the green ribbon. So I'm not sure I like that one as much for this particular project, but I think that would look really nice on another lighter fabric, like a light colour, and then use something like this down the middle, because this is also really nice. But it's one of those... Where's the end? Not that one. Oh, never mind. I could put that down the middle, you see. That's kind of a chunky, rick-racky type braid, but it's really pretty. And I've got that in like 4 different widths. So, I do like this though. I think this is really pretty. I think I'll go with this one. Right, hang on a minute, I've got to do this up again now. Oh. Yeah, I like this one. I will do something with that. In fact, oh, I just had an idea. I don't have any, but it wouldn't be a big trauma to pick some up. If I did that down the middle, just with a very slight gap, it doesn't have to be massive, just enough, I could, because this lace is weaving lace, I could put laces through it that way. So I could actually do the corset design. I'd have to weave that through first. I'm just trying to think of the logistics of doing it. I'd have to do the weaving bit first with the lace. I've got plenty of this black satin because every piece of clothing I've ever bought has got bits of this on it. So I could stitch some of these end to end and then weave that through the fabric so it would go. I'm trying to think how it would go. I'd have to think about that, I think, how to, because they're not quite lacing holes. They're close, but they're not quite lacing holes. Or I could get a dark green like this, and I could put that through the holes there. In fact, that light green looks really good actually. No, it would go down that way. So we go down where the black is and up where the lace is. Down where the black is and up where the lace is. Like that. Fiddly fiddly! My big chunky fingers were not made for delicate jobs like lacing things. Something like that. That would look really nice too, because that would have a double row, wouldn't it? See, that would have a double row with the black bits, and then a little bit of green in the middle, and then the black on either side. Only a tiny bit of green. I don't want loads of that bright green in the middle, but just enough to show that it's 2 pieces of lace, and then there would be 4 ribbons up the middle. That could be kind of cool. I like that. Or, as suggested already, we could do the I'm not going to be doing this properly, okay. We could do the corset lacing. It's got a double hole of lacing, that's the issue. I don't really know how to do a double lace corset. I only know how to do a single corset. So you have the holes like that, which would look really awesome. I don't know how to do it if it's... I suppose you just have a small cross and a big cross, do you? So it would go like that. Where's Rachel? She's my corset expert. Oi! Help! So it would go... wouldn't go that way, would it? It would go bottom. To top. And then bottom that would go that way, that's right. So you'd need double-sided satin because you have to twist it to get it to lie flat. To top, so that would go bottom to top. There we go, that one. This is making my brain hurt. And then this one would go bottom. Doesn't help that the ribbons aren't flat either. To top. Oops, here we go, here we go. Stop, okay, hang on, hang on, hang on. I have another one for this side, so we just have to pretend that it's staying in. And then this one would go bottom. To top, like, come on, like that. Oh, for heaven's sake. Was not made for fiddly jobs like this. Simply was not. Okay, so it would look a bit like that. Laced up the back. That does look cool, doesn't it? Even with the white, the lighter ribbon, it looks really cool. But that's all the colour. That's all the ribbon I've got in that colour. I've got another piece of. I've got a bit of green there with green. That's the only piece I've got in that colour. And then I've got a tiny little bit of eyelash fibre. I don't really want to use 3 different ones. I think what I need is a metre of, I don't think I want it this thin, I think I want the next thickness up, don't I? Half, whatever double that is. I've got a black bit, I want this size, don't I, for that. If I got some of this double-sided satin in dark green, whatever width this is, I think it's 8mm, which is what, 1/4 inch-ish. Got some of this in dark green. This would look really cool against the light green and the black. Or even I could even get some corset lace, couldn't I? That would be cool too. So that would go, let's do it this way, it'd be easier. Across like that. Not made for this kind of fiddly stuff. So it would kind of look a bit like that, but with a dark green ribbon. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Actually, the black looks really nice. Or I could do it with like corset lace, which would probably be considerably, would be considerably easier to do, because this is what this is made for. Plus, I think I've got some. Oh heavens, I can't be bothered. I'm just, Ugh. There, it'll look like that. Just use your imagination, okay? Crisscrosses, like that, going up the back. My brain was on this morning because I took a natural calm, which helps ADD and anxiety. Oh, okay. Yeah, on Twitch. So you weren't scattered. I like that, actually. This isn't corset lace, this is leather. But I've got some, it's like nylon cord almost. It's that unbreakable cord that you use for corsets. I've got some of that. Or, contrary-wise, I could use some of this thin, which bunches up. I think this is the thinnest one, but it bunches up like that. No, I kind of like this because it's modern. It's kind of a modern-y, vintagey, not quite vintage, modern type kind of thing. I think I need a piece of leather. I need some more leather lace. Is what I need. I need a ton of it. Crikey. That only does 2, and I need to do 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's call it 10. It's easier to round up and I'll have some spare. And this is, I need 20. This is 22 inches. So let's call it 20. Would be about the right length. So 20 per 10. 20 for 2. Need 140. See, I'm going to need like 2 meters of the stuff to zigzag it up and down there. 2 meters of leather cord. Piece of cake. I like that. I think that's a go. So what I need to do is create this back panel. It's probably going to be easiest to just hand stitch this where I need it. So I need to make that back panel the right width and then hand stitch this so it's not, yeah, I think I would want it to meet in the middle. So I'd have to have it hand stitched so that these met, so that would then be, so if I stitch this down the middle with a zigzag, I'll get that lovely diamond effect in the middle then. If I do that, hand stitch it, or even actually I could crochet it, that would probably be easier. If I crochet it together, to line up those, and then that gives me that lovely diamond effect in the middle. So if I crochet those together, much easier than trying to sew them, then put the leather lace in, then sew this down onto the backing, down each side and down each edge, and then when the whole piece is put together I can stick that onto the back. Oh! It's a thing, I'm telling you. I don't know how people, I mean, all I'm doing is trying to create an 8-inch long, 3-inch wide panel. I can't imagine how fashion designers figure this stuff out. I'd be like, I don't care. Just wear a t-shirt and jeans and be done with it. Red carpet event? That's fine. Wear a nice t-shirt and jeans. You know? Wear some Levi's. Vintage Levi's and a nice shirt. Just that's it. Be done. What's that you say you wanted to wear heels? Well, that's fine. You can wear heels with vintage Levi's as long as you pick the right set. Oh. Anyway. It would be worth it when it's done, yeah. But now I need to go and source some leather thong type stuff for a book. I can probably get away with not having leather, just get some faux leather. When you're wearing it, you need to have proper leather because it rots otherwise. But okay, so that's going to be the next one, but it might not be on Friday because I've got to get the leather thong to be able to put all this together. But I could do the inside bit. I guess I could do the hand sewing. Wouldn't be very interesting sitting watching me hand sew though, will it? But I could do it. Right, that's it. We're done. Crikey! 1:45. Oh, I started late. I was going to say, I haven't been on for 4 hours, have I? I mean, I do get carried away, but 4 hours. Crikey. But no, I started late, didn't I? I started at 5. That's still 3 hours. Crikey, the time goes so fast. Okay. That's the next one. Might as well put that all together. And put it in there. Whoops, sorry, smacking you about. That's going to be the next one. Same size. No vintage corner on this one though. Vintage corner. Ooh, you know what? You know what? I can use this off the front of the other one. So they'll have matching hardware. Because that was in the middle originally of a big A4 book. Could just use that in the middle, couldn't I? Because this is an original cover, so all the 4 corners match, whereas these didn't. But this will all match on all the 4 corners. They'll be nicely done. So I could use that on the front, couldn't I? And it's got the crisscross design that'll match the corset. Ah! Awesome. That means I can use my green velvet ribbon inside the journal. I can really go to town with the green velvet and black lace. Okay, that's it. I'm done. See you. Class tomorrow. We're drawing piggies for Lunar New Year. Back here on Friday at 4. Back on Twitch Friday at 12. If you need to know my timetable, come over to my site, sign up as a member, it's free, and there's freebies and journal prompts and things and stuff and things. Bye!